What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Raid the Shadow Legends video, and in this video we are back because we have the announcement for the Summon Rush, and I'm not gonna lie, it's looking very spicy. Not only we have legendary books, mythical books, 4-star basalts and feasts for you to collect, which is a higher level of rewards. We also have a lineup that is pretty spicy. And this kind of tells me that we're gonna have a 2x on voids next week, because they are definitely trying to get your voids this week. And yeah, so we're gonna break down all the champions, everything that you need to know, which in order for you to decide which is better for you, if for new player, veteran player, and so on in between. And I'm gonna tell you my favorite, which you probably will know right away. But okay, so we're gonna break down all information that you need to know in order for you to complete the Summon Rush. But I'm gonna tell you, for myself, I'm skipping all the summon events because I'm gonna buy the fragments directly. So this is the option that you have for fragment events only. Okay, with that said, as always, if you guys like the information on these videos, make sure to share the videos and the channel with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Challenges content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna open here our software, and we have AL. This Friday, May the 8th, we are launching a progressive up to 15 chance for Ancients, Sacreds, Primals, and Voids. And we're gonna start off with a new champion, which is Sydax, the King Killer. Okay, let's see if we can find this champion. Probably what? Dark Elf? Might be Dark Elf. So King Killer, where are you at? Sydax King Killer. Okay, so this guy, design absolutely insane. Is a defense-based champion, and it seems like he killed the Crab King, right? You can see from the horn, it looks very awesome. Now, the aura, 30%, that already gives us an idea of how powerful it can be. And on the first attack, single target damage, decrease attack, Pain Link. Pain Link, the damage of Pain Link, so how does Pain Link work? Pain Link will reflect some of the damage that you are applying to that target. So it's like reflect damage, but the opposite direction, right? And this one will depend on the target you are facing. Some bosses and some champions will take more or less damage from Pain Link, so keep that in mind. It's not like the same for everyone. Single target damage, not very good, but we'll see. Okay, then we have the second ability, Brutal Decapitator, attacks twice. This is to start breaking the Mercurial meta. We have a 4-turn cooldown down to 3. And this is based on defense plus HP max HP. So enemy max HP. This is amazing. This is amazing because it's going to work against enemies with high HP, including bosses and so on. So for example, this guy could be very solid for Hydra. On top of that, on top of attacking twice, this guy is going to apply decreased defense and apply slow for the usual, the 30%. So this is very strong ability. AoE defense down with slow, it's very solid. I think this champion is made to be paired up with the other one that applies Disrupt, and Disrupt is like block buffs, and X, right? I think there is a girl that we got recently like that, so this is very solid. Overall, we don't know about the multipliers, but looking good. Okay, the last ability, we have places increased defense on this guy and increased speed on all allies. So increase defense and increase speed for everyone. Ally protect on everyone except this champion. So that's pretty awesome. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. So you are buffing speed and debuffing slow. That's very strong. This guy very strong utility. Taking a look at his passive, decrease the damage this champion receives by 10 for each ally under ally protect. This can be very solid for PvP as well, to make sure that you are absorbing a lot of damage. And this champion is immune to Pain Link debuffs as well as reflect damage passives. Okay, that's very strong for example, for faction wars, but not many other places. In terms of the stats, for a defense-based champion, I think his defense is pretty solid. The speed is okay, nothing too crazy. The HP is a little bit low, kinda good enough, but he has no crit damage buffs, so he's not made to deal damage. He's not like Leonardo, right? So it's a little bit different, but they have similar defensive mechanics, even that this guy is a great debuffer. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's take a look at the next champion, where we have the list. Baerd, oh yeah, I know this guy. He's from the Sylvan Watchers. He's not bad, but he's not good either, right? It's this guy, another defense-based champion, so he attacks single target, then he places continuous heal on champion with a low HP. Okay, that's cool. Attacks 3 times. That's good against Mercurial meta. The best part is this one. The third attack will spread all debuffs to other targets. So that's very, very powerful. 3-turn cooldown. This is similar to the Michelangelo ability. And there are only 3 champions that have this mechanic. So it's very solid. For PvP, it's not very good because of Mercurial. I mean, it's not bad because he is a triple hit. But if everyone else has Mercurial, you still get Cucked, right? So yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Then we have AoE Provoke with, once again, Pain Link. It seems like we are getting out of Pain Links here. And the counter attack for this guy. Now, this is very solid because it will activate this continuous heal on everyone. So that's pretty huge. In terms of the aura, we have the same aura. And then he has this additional healing plus increased defense on himself, which will make him, of course, more powerful. So it's a nice combination of support plus debuff, but nothing too crazy. You might find a way to place him in one of your teams, but overall he's not someone that is super easy to use, right? I think the other one to break Mercurial would be more interesting because he has that double hit on everyone, and this guy is just on a single target. Even that spreading debuffs is always interesting. Okay, next one we have Phemo the Shepherd, and I thought this was the one that was going to be part of a deck of fate. I mean, it might still be, but we'll see. And he was part of some Prism Shard. Once again, we have 30% aura. We have this A1 single target damage that only does 15% turn rewind, which is not a lot. Okay. And then he has this weird mechanic that gives your entire team shield, and the shield will be protected. And this can activate multiple times if one of your allies is killed. So it's like, okay, I guess. So it will still give the shield and increase defense. The size of the shield is based of your defense, so you can get a decent amount of shield. And like I said, he has this additional effect, which is a little bit controversial, right? Because if you are waiting one of your champions to die, in order for you to get a shield, it's not very good, right? It's more of a reassurance, making sure that your revivers don't die. But I'm not sure about him. Then we have this A3 ability that applies 1 stun, and then we have a massive turn rewind, and then this can become a AoE stun with also turn rewind. So this is a very, very solid ability in case you need any kind of control. This is amazing for faction wars for Argonites, which is not available yet, but for sure it will be in the future. So yeah, overall, pretty decent champion, not like game breaking by any means, but like I said, pretty decent. In terms of his passive, he's going to increase his defense and his HP, making his shield even bigger and making him more tanky, dealing more damage. But it doesn't have any kind of provoke, so this ability is a little bit like whatever. And allies will be immune to stun, so this can be used against specific bosses that apply stun to you. So keep that in mind because some people sometimes forget about that. Let's move on to the next champion. We have Vault Keeper Wixwell. You know they are baiting you for you to blow up all your shards when they are bringing the Vault Keeper Wixwell. This is also because everyone is assuming that on the next fusion everyone is going to pick Wixwell. So yeah, maybe this is going to be the saving grace. Okay, so Wixwell is a community champion. He was based on mechanics that the community suggested. He applies provoke, he attacks twice, so that's pretty solid. Here he decreases attack and increases the size of the shield. This is going to be proportional to the amount of buffs you have, so the more buffs you have, this will get even bigger, and this shield can be extended, and that's why you have this amazing combo between Wixwell and Titus. Finally, we have this intercept buff, which is okay. It prevents a stun or sleep or any other type of hard crowd control. And then we have increased defense plus a shield And like I said, this shield can be extended with the other ability. Finally, we have the passive that is going to give him a counter attack at the beginning of the match and at the end of his turn. And the aura is not the biggest aura, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't really benefit from the aura. Okay, let's move on to the next champion. We have Glaicad of the Meltwater. Okay, that's a surprise. Glaicad is a support champion from the Sylvan Watchers. Where are you at? Is he? Okay, here it is. He's pretty solid. He's pretty solid. Is he amazing? Not really. He's a little bit outdated. He has this freeze on the A1, can be useful against the Fire Knight. He has a speed out in all battles that can be used for Siege, for Live Arena, for everything. Increase attack and Perfect Veil plus turn meter boost on a 4-turn cooldown. But this is not a big deal because he's going to get the extra turn on this AoE revive with 40% HP plus 25% turn meter, which nowadays it's kind of low. But you have also the increase of accuracy plus increased defense for 3 turns. Once again, this is going to be fine because you are going to get an extra turn. This can be placed even if no allies were revived, which is awesome because some champions have their abilities blocked only if you are reviving, so that's cool. Allies under Perfect Veil cast by this champion will deal 10% more damage, and all of his buffs can become more powerful if you also give him a protection set. So overall, he's a pretty solid champion for like Hydra, Chimera and so on. For PvP, he has very little value, which is understandable, especially the revive having so little HP and turn meter. That's pretty bad for PvP. But again, if you're talking about Siege, it's not the worst, especially because he has the speed aura. Okay, let's move on to the next section of champions, which should be the Void ones, right? And we have one of my most wanted champions, even more than Solanara. It's Hekaton. This guy looks absolutely insane. I love the design. Really one of my most wanted champions. And yeah, they want, for sure we're gonna have a 2x on Voids next week. And they are trying to grab all your Voids with this guy. So if you're feeling lucky, if you are close to Mercy, maybe it's gonna be your chance. I doubt I will get anything because I got Queen of Hearts recently. And yeah, but I would definitely get, I would love to get this guy. Okay, on the first ability, applying Provoke and applying Enfeeble, and then it can become an AoE ability if you have a critical chance. If you do a critical hit, Provoke and Enfeeble for everyone. Like, this is so broken, it's ridiculous. The only thing that is a little bit bad is that it's one attack, right? For Mercurial, you need multiple attacks. But okay, it's just so powerful, it's crazy. And the multipliers of this guy are very, very strong. Second ability, we have once again a single target attack. It's going to apply as increased defense plus Stormcaller. Stormcaller is going to increase your damage by 5% up to 25%. And when it reaches 25%, you apply a stun to your entire enemies, right? And this is always going to be a critical hit, so that's going to be awesome. Then it will ignore a stone skin, yikes. And if it kills a target, you are also going to decrease the turn meter of the enemies. So yeah, very, very strong buffs. Stormcaller is the only one that buffs Stormcaller, that's awesome. And it does tons and tons of damage. Final ability, we have increased crit chance, block damage and counter attack for one target, which is not amazing, but it's okay. You can lower this from 6 to 3. And you also fill the turn meter of all allies by 25. So yeah, this is going to have massive value in all kinds of game modes, where it is PvP or PV. He's one of the best champions in the game and one of my favorites in terms of design and utility based on my playstyle. Okay, in terms of his passive, we have all kinds of crazy passives. So when an ally is under Stormcaller and critical hit, they are going to do more damage, and you have a scale max HP damage on bosses up to 10%, and does all kinds of things. Pure damage that ignores everything. Like, this guy is insane. Like, his passive, this is like he has an extra attack on his passive. It's really, really solid. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm dyslexic. It's painful to read. But believe me, this is very, very strong passive. And finally, we have an amazing speed aura in all battles of 24%, which is gigantic. This is absolutely insane. This guy is MVP everywhere. Okay, let's move on for the next champion. We're going to take a look at Cecilia of the Red Hope. She's very, very solid as well. She's from the Banner Lords. She was Christmas released and she has a Christmas design. She looks pretty solid. She's like a smaller version of Marius. She's very, very strong. You can see from the reviews, 5 stars everywhere. Very, very solid. Single target damage, heals up on her A1. Second ability, attacks all enemies twice, so she's already ready for the Mercurial meta. Does HP max damage, so that's pretty solid. And also places a veil on everyone. Pretty solid, except herself, of course. And this is on a 3-turn cooldown, so we are dealing tons of damage based on max HP. Multiple attacks breaking the Mercurial, and you have Veil to protect your entire team. She's very, very strong for PvP and also for PvE. Then the last ability, we are going to attack once again everyone. We are going to place increased defense on the entire team, and then we have strength and counter attacks on our allies as well. So it's like Skull Crusher with attacks. Very, very strong once again. And the counter attacks, they lost value because now our teams are so fast that they become irrelevant against bosses, but against the PvP meta, counterattacks are gigantic because they are breaking all kinds of Mercurials and shields and so on. So yeah, any champion that has this value with counterattacks, pay attention to them because they are very solid as well. Here we have an additional ability that she has, places a revive on death on an ally when they are below 50% HP. And yeah, so ally revive always important. And then we have a secondary passive at the start of this champion turn, removes a random debuff on a random ally and fills the turn meter by 10%. So turn meter boost with cleanse on top of all the other abilities that she does, plus this revive on death. Like she's like Godseeker Aniri with Marius combined. Absolutely insane champion. She's not my most wanted champions, but she's definitely a top 5 for VOIDS for sure. Okay, let's move on to the last champion, which is Tagoar. And Tagoar, she's part of like a promo code that you can get at the beginning of the game. And she's not bad. She has a very strong aura for accuracy if you need it. She has all kinds of buffs, increased speed, increased defense, block buffs, spread debuffs, but it's only 2, decrease attack. Like she has a lot of utility. The problem is that she's kind of outdated. She's kind of outdated, to be honest. Removes one random negative effect from the allies. Okay, I guess. I mean, she's okay, but she's nowhere near the other guys, right? She's like a B+, maybe. B+ tier, while all the other ones that are Void are absolutely S tier. Okay, do we have any other champion here? We have the epics, but who cares about the epics? Not me. Okay, let's rate these champions in terms of how much I would desire them. So for the Skin Killer, is okay, but nothing too crazy. This other one, once again, all of these champions are usable, but nothing too crazy. The Shepherd guy might be a little bit better because of his stun, but nothing too crazy. Wixwell is amazing for PvE, but nothing too crazy outside of PvE. So if you already have Wixwell, you don't need another one. And yeah, that's it. This guy, also for PvE, I'm not sure. I would put maybe to the same place as this guy. Then Storm, Herald, Hekaton, yeah bro, like, yes, please. And Cecilia Red Hope, almost there. And then Tagoar, probably something like this as well. Okay. And then the rares, the Kinigashi, no thanks. Tagoar is pretty solid. Tagoar is definitely solid. This guy, Time Master Exios, is not bad either. But I don't think he's as good as Tagoar. I don't remember. This guy is whatever, and this guy is whatever as well. So there you go. This is my review of the champions and which one I would prioritize. If you don't have Voids, Storm, Hekaton, and the Red Hope, I would definitely prioritize one of these, depending on what you really need. You need to think about that. And once again, I'm going to skip the Summon Rush and the champion chase because I'm going to buy the shards at the end of the event. Unless I feel crazy and I go for Hekaton, because I really want that guy. But again, I'm so far away from the Mercy, and I never get champions on 2Xs anyway, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Okay guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button like a boss. And as always, if you guys liked information on these videos, make sure to share the videos and the channel with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Challenges content, and I will catch you guys later.